You've seen the memes, you've shared the posts, you've watched the reels that say, if you're a Scorpio, you're toxic. Or, if you're a Leo, you're the main character. Or, if you're a Capricorn, you don't have feelings, you have goals. But have you ever stopped to ask who you really are astrologically? Because I promise you something. Your zodiac persona online is not always your energetic blueprint in real life. Today, we are talking about astrology's digital footprint, how social media quietly redefines your zodiac identity, how the algorithm nudges you into a curated, generalized box, and how that subtle pressure can hijack your self-awareness, your relationships, and even your ability to consciously create your reality. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to reclaim your true astrological essence. Not the meme version, not the trending version, the real you. Welcome back, Cosmic Fam. This is not a social media is evil rant. I love a good meme. I love a good read. I love a good drag. But we have to talk about the shadow side of digital astrology. Because when astrology becomes content, your identity can become content too. And some of you are performing your sun sign for likes while your actual chart is screaming for attention in the background. So, let's start with a visual. Imagine your zodiac sign floating in a giant neon sphere of hashtags. Trending, repeating, reinforced, over and over. Every time you like a post that says, Virgos are control freaks, the algorithm says, oh, you want more of that? Here's your identity. Here's your box. Here's your personality. And then you start unconsciously shaping yourself to match the box. Not because it's true, but because it's familiar, because it's rewarded, because it gets mirrored back to you by the feed. This is a digital echo chamber, and it is powerful. Here's the thing that nobody really says out loud. The algorithm doesn't care about your birth chart. It cares about engagement. So, the content that spreads the fastest is usually the content that is the simplest, the loudest, the most extreme, the easiest to identify within 2 seconds. That means astrology online often collapses a whole human being into one trait, one stereotype, one punchline. And yes, it's funny, but it can also be spiritually dangerous if you start using it as your primary mirror. Let me give you a relatable example. You're a Cancer. You see a post that says, Cancers are always crying and emotionally manipulating. You laugh. You share it. You comment, this is me. But what if you're a Cancer sun with an Aquarius moon and a Capricorn rising? In real life, you might not even cry in front of people. You might intellectualize your feelings. You might shut down. You might detach. But because you've been fed the Cancer stereotype 1,000 times, you start forcing yourself to identify with it. You start narrating your life through it. You start editing yourself through it. That's where the digital footprint becomes a distortion field. So, today, we're doing an upgrade. We are separating authenticity from algorithm, and we're reclaiming your energetic blueprint. Because astrology was never meant to be a costume. It's a map, a language, a mirror, a tool for self-awareness and conscious creation. Now, before we go deeper, quick check-in. If you've ever felt like you became more like your sign after watching astrology content online, hit like. And in the comments, tell me your sun, moon, and rising, and tell me this. What's the stereotype your sign gets online that you feel doesn't actually fit you? Now, let's talk about the core problem. Most people online are not engaging astrology as a full system. They're engaging astrology as branding. And branding is about being consistent, being recognizable, being repeatable. But your chart is not a brand. Your chart is a living ecosystem. You are not just your sun sign. You are your moon, your rising, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, your house placements, your aspects, your timing. So when social media reduces you to I'm a Gemini, so I'm chaotic, it can quietly block genuine self-discovery. Because you never go looking for the other pieces that actually explain your patterns. Here's a question I want you to sit with. When you say, I'm just a Sagittarius, are you describing yourself? Or are you describing the version of Sagittarius the internet trained you to perform? Because there's a difference between true archetype and algorithm archetype. Let's make this fun and painfully accurate. Algorithm Aries is always angry, always ready to fight, always impulsive. But real Aries can also be pure leadership, clean courage, sacred initiation, the one who moves first when everyone else is frozen. Algorithm Libra is just indecisive and flirtatious. But real Libra is energetic refinement, social intelligence, the ability to balance tension and make beauty out of chaos. Algorithm Scorpio is toxic and obsessive. But real Scorpio is alchemy, emotional truth, depth, transformation, the courage to face what other people refuse to see. Algorithm Capricorn is cold and money hungry. But real Capricorn is devotion, discipline, integrity, the ability to build something that lasts. The algorithm likes extremes because extremes perform. But your chart is nuanced. And nuance is where your power is. Now, let's talk about the shadow layer, the curated persona. Social media rewards a version of you that is consistent and easy to understand. So you might unconsciously lean into the traits that get you the most validation. Maybe you post like a Leo because it gets attention, even though your chart is actually water heavy and you're sensitive as hell behind the scenes. Maybe you act like an Aquarius online because it feels cool to be detached, but your moon is in Cancer and you're craving intimacy in real life. Maybe you perform boss energy because it gets applauded, but your nervous system is exhausted and your body is begging for rest. This is where astrology gets weaponized against the self. You start using your sign as a mask instead of a mirror. So how do we reclaim authenticity? I want to give you a simple framework: authenticity versus algorithm. Authenticity is what's true in your body when nobody is watching. Algorithm is what you repeatedly consume, post, and perform because it gets mirrored back to you. Your assignment is to start noticing which one is driving your identity. Here are the 3 signs you're living in algorithm astrology instead of chart astrology. Number 1, you only know your sun sign, and you build your whole personality off of it. Number 2, you use astrology as an excuse. I ghost because I'm an Aquarius. I cheat because I'm a Gemini. I'm mean because I'm an Aries. No, that's not astrology. That's avoidance with a Zodiac costume. Number 3, you feel confused because the memes don't fit, but instead of exploring your chart, you force yourself to fit the meme anyways. That is how the digital footprint hijacks self-awareness. Now, let's reclaim your energetic blueprint. Practical, simple, real. Step 1 is the feed audit. For 3 days, notice the astrology content you consume. What signs? What themes? What emotions trigger it? Do you feel empowered or do you feel boxed in? Do you feel seen or do you feel pressure to become a stereotype? Write it down because awareness is the first spell. Step 2 is the chart expansion. If you do nothing else after this video, expand past your sun sign. Learn your big 3, sun, moon, rising. Then learn your Mercury, how you think and speak. Your Venus, how you love and what you value. Your Mars, how you pursue, protect, and desire. This is where your real personality lives. Because half the time, the meme doesn't match you because your dominant energy is somewhere else. Step 3 is the body check. Your body will tell you what's authentic faster than your mind will. Here's a journal prompt. When I perform my sign online, what part of me feels tense? What part of me feels expanded? What part of me feels like it's acting? And then this one. What part of my chart do I avoid because it scares me, challenges me, or asks more from me than a meme ever would? The second prompt is where your growth is hiding. Now, let me connect this to conscious creation. When your identity is curated by the algorithm, your desires can become curated too. You start wanting what gets likes, what gets attention, what gets validation, what matches the brand. But your chart is attempting to guide you towards what's aligned, what's sustainable, and what's actually yours. And if you're building a life off of a persona that isn't authentic, manifestation starts to feel like pushing a boulder uphill because your nervous system knows you're acting. This is why I built the Soular Map. Because most people are stuck in mental astrology, meme astrology, and identity astrology. Soular Map is about embodiment. It shows you your chart as an energetic blueprint mapped onto the body, so you can stop guessing who you are based on stereotypes and start feeling where your actual power lives. Your throat, your heart, your sacral, your root, your spine, your nervous system patterns. When you know where your real energy sits, you stop outsourcing your identity to trending posts. So here's the reclaim ritual, simple and powerful. Tonight, open your notes app or your journal. Write this sentence. My zodiac persona is not my whole truth. I am reclaiming my full chart. Then write 3 columns. Column 1, what the internet says about my sign. Column 2, what is actually true about me. And column 3, what my chart might explain that I haven't explored yet. If you do that honestly, you will start seeing yourself clearly again. Now, I want to make this interactive. In the comments, tell me your big 3 and answer this question. What sign stereotypes do you feel the algorithm tries to push you into? And what part of you feels more true underneath it? Because the comment section is going to become a mirror for all of us. And if you want a deeper next step, here's what I recommend. Go watch one of your favorite Zodiac meme videos, the one that always hits. Then, immediately after, pull up your birth chart and ask, what placements are actually responsible for this trait? Because once you start doing that, you break the spell of generalized astrology and you start practicing real astrology. Let me end with this. The algorithm wants you predictable, easy to categorize, easy to sell to, easy to feed. But your chart is not predictable. It's multidimensional. It's layered. It is alive. You are not a hashtag. You are not a meme. You are not a curated box. You are a living constellation in human form. So reclaim your blueprint. Study your whole chart. Listen to your body. And let astrology return to what it was always meant to be. A path back to self, not a performance for the feed. If you enjoyed this, subscribe because the next video is going to be a deep dive into the top ways each sign self-sabotages online, the digital shadow of the zodiac. And if you want to stop guessing and start embodying your real chart, Soular Map is linked below. I'll see you in the next one.